and welcome to the grand final results of the 35th edition of DVSC. Tonight, we will watch the scores come in from our international juries. However, there is a special twist with the results. Rather than just televote and jury results, the voting has been split into 4 different sections: the AC countries, the Semi-1 countries, the Semi-2 countries, and the PQR non-qualifiers, along with the bottom 3 from either semi. In order to help with tonight's show, let's welcome to extra hosts, Imparami and Lyra. Without much further ado, let's pass you on to Lyra, in order to commence with the AC votes, alongside votes from the comments.
For our first set of votes, we will look at the points from RAQ countries: Bahrain, Åland Islands, Turkey, Malta, England, and Ireland, alongside votes from Escape Hider Flask and Zizi Vajok. Let's begin with the first stage of the voting.
We were born to die.
You can see the results of the first group of voters. In first place is Greece, followed very tightly by Cuba and Turkey. However, before we continue with results, let's go on to our first interval. For our first interval tonight, we will start with a look at some of the returning artists in DuoVision. Throughout DVSC, there have been many relevant returning artists, achieving relevant results in both participations. Perhaps one of the most successful returning artists in DuoVision, Paulina Liovi, was able to gain a podium position in both of her participations. Edition 17, she placed second place, with 184 points, losing only to Luxembourg, while in edition 24 she gained another second place, with a massive 231 points, losing to the next returning artist we will focus on, Emily Adams.
Screw your monogamy, would you be down to love me? Drown in mythology, come take those arms around me. We'll
edition 17, and coming 15th, Emily Adams decided that wasn't enough for her, and she returned in edition 26, snatching the crown, and the point record, with her song Monogamy. After a middle-of-the-road result in edition 27, defending her title as champion, she decided to return for a fourth time, with her song Gone, again qualifying for the final. Despite one of her worst results being her debut, Emily has shown us that if you don't win the first time, you can always come back and snatch the crown on your second time around. One of the most recent winners, Sevdalisa, was also a returning participant. Although she won the 32nd edition, she also participated in the 21st edition, and gained a wonderful third place. Before we continue, let's look at some quick-fire returning artists.
On sait tout de nous, nos destins sont liés, nos cœurs croisés. On sait tout de nous, on sait tout de nous, nos destins sont liés. Yeah, I tried to get it off my mind, to leave it all behind. Don't wanna make it worse, I'm gonna make it work. Pretend despair, like a snake skin, 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 like a snake skin. Let me out and tear me down like. Baby, it was just a phase. I heard it from the state. They told me you were never gonna let me get away. And if you tell me vision, you would never give me back. I had to get away, I had to get away, I had to get away. You try to compensate for thinking what you want, but I should decapitate. You show me how you live. Keep me from the cages, under the control, running in the dark to find Easter Eden. Keep me from the cages, under the control, running in the dark to find Easter Eden, find Easter Eden, to find Easter Eden. 24 hours, so little did I know. 24 hours ago, that was the last time I'll ever be yours. 24 hours ago, that was the last time I'll ever be yours. 24 hours ago.
Now that we've had our first interval, let's have a look at the second set of votes, coming from the pre-qualification round non-qualifiers, alongside the bottom three of each semi. Let's pass you on to Imparami for the second group of votes.
Below. Beside me you can see the results of Group 1. I am Imparami and I am here to present to you the results from Group 2, comprised of PQR non-qualifiers, and the bottom three of each semi. These countries are Liechtenstein, Japan, Lesotho, Luxembourg, Guyana, Brazil, Virgin Islands, Belgium, North Korea, Greenland and Jamaica. Without much further ado, let's begin.
Forever now I drive alone past your street.
Red lights, stop signs, I still see your face in the white cars, front yards, can't drive.
of the run-up to results, participants have the ability to create odds and predict how they think results will look. In our next interval, we will have a look at the odds for this edition, and what countries comprise the top 10. Behind me are the current odds for this edition, led by United States, followed closely by Turkey and Poland. While we are here, let's have a quick recap of the odds top 10.
Forever now I drive alone past your street.
Red lights, stop signs. Me, hate me, say what you want about me, but all the boys and all the girls are begging to if you're seeking me. Love me, hate me, but can't you see what I see? All of the boys and all the girls are begging to if you're seeking me. Say what you ain't no quiet, ain't no quiet in the club, ain't no quiet in the club. Hey, hey, let the beat carry the tears as they fall, baby. Ain't no quiet in the club. Hey, hey, with a little fade, your tears turn to ecstasy. Ain't no quiet in the club. Choose your last words. This is the last time. 'Cause you and I, we were born to die. Cause I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good at it. Sex in the air, I don't care, I love the smell of it. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but chains and whips excite me. Come on, come on, come on. We only said goodbye words. I died 100 times. You go back to her and I go.
At the odds, we can now move on to Group 3 of the voters, comprised of the countries in semi-final 1. Let's pass you over to ESC Oxio to present the votes.
Hello, and welcome to the presentation of the third group of votes. Here, we will look at the votes from 20 countries, made up of both the qualifiers of Semi-1, and the countries that placed between 11th and 20th of the non-qualifiers. Currently, Greece is in the lead, with Turkey very close behind. However, that can all change very quickly, so let's see what happens. 3/4 of the way through voting, and Turkey currently has a 22-point lead over Greece. In third place is Russia, followed closely by Switzerland. However, all of this can still change. Before we continue with Group 4, however, let's have a look at some of the record holders in DuoVision. Our first record, and arguably one of the most impressive, is the point record, currently held by Emily Adams and her song Monogamy, with a whopping 385 points. However, in the semis, the highest scoring artist is Maureen, with her song Statements, earning a massive 237 points in the first semi-final of edition 30. The second highest scoring entry in the semi-final is Mr. Saxo Beat, by Alexandra Stan, with 222 points, while third place is held by Ruta Loop, gaining 207 points in their semi-final. Only at top 10 placements. However, Scotland has managed to gain the most, being present in the top 10 in a massive total of 14 editions. Their first top 10 was in edition 7, with Ray Morris and her song Reborn, and they continued this top 10 streak for a further 5 editions, gaining 6 top 10 placements in 6 consecutive editions. Their most recent top 10 is in edition 34, with Let's Eat Grandma and their song Hot Pink. Sweden is the current runner-up in terms of top 10 placements, managing to gain 10 in their time in the contest. Their highest scoring entry presently is Cobra, with her song Good Puss, winning the 28th edition with a massive 242 points. Throughout the time in DVSC, Scotland has gained the most overall points, with a massive 2,918 points gained since edition 5. Their highest scoring entry comes from edition 31, which is Self-Esteem and her song Prioritize Pleasure, gaining 325 points, also being the second highest winner in DuoVision history. The highest scoring runner-up in DuoVision comes from the 31st edition also, being Thailand. They were represented by Playdom with their song Ovation, and gained a whopping 278 points. This number would have been enough to win in 33 editions of DuoVision, however Prioritize Pleasure still managed to gain a 50-point lead. If we look at average scores, however, Greenland is able to take a sizable lead, with an average score of 154 points in every final they participated in. The runner-up in this category is Guernsey, with an average of 135.
The show is almost over, and we only have one more group to receive votes from. However, everything can still change, so let's move on quickly to reveal the winner. Now that our final interval is done, we can move on to the fourth quarter of votes. This will be presented in the usual televote style, with last place's points being revealed first. Let's begin. Congratulations to our winner, Marina, and to the rest of the top 10. Thank you so much to everyone who participated, and before we finish, let's have a quick recap of the top 10.
We were born to die.